What's up, my Koopa Troop? It's Koops, and welcome to a Nokonoko News episode. It's been a long time since we've done one of these, and unfortunately, this is going to be a rather somber episode. I don't want to make this a pity party, but I do want to explain what's been going on with me and where are the videos and etc., etc. Well, unfortunately, guys, I don't really know a great way to explain this or talk about it. It's pretty tough for me to talk about it, honestly, but for about the last 6 months, I don't really want to put labels on things, but I've really been depressed. I really have not been doing too well mentally. I'm just in a funk. You wake up, and this has really taught me a lot of things and made me appreciate things a little bit more, because I don't want to say I'm depressed, because there's people out there who are going through way worse. I'm going through like 1% of what they're doing, but I can't help but feel the way I feel, I don't know how, life's good to me. I've got a lot of luxuries in my life. There should be no real reason technically, but I still can't help feeling how I feel. And you wake up and you might even feel motivated to do something, but it saps you. It leaves you. You don't feel it anymore. You end up lazing around, and it's hard to tell if I'm just being really lazy or if mentally I'm not there. But regardless, I get up with a list of things to do, of things to record, of resumes to put out, of places to apply to look for new jobs, and it doesn't happen. It just, like, the days go by and I feel worse and worse, and I've yelled at friends and family. Really, I've gotten a lot fatter. I've gotten a lot unhealthier, just not taking care of myself. It's terrible. It really sucks, because you're not feeling yourself, but you also just, don't know how to make it better. And I feel like maybe at one time I probably was one of those people that would talk to someone and say, just hang in there, man. It'll get better. If you can feel better about yourself, just smile. Things will go better. And I realize now that's just, it doesn't work like that, And like I said, I don't think I'm really suffering by any means, but you feel like you should be able to smile and feel like you should be able to be happy, but it just doesn't come, And people are like, well, just sit down and get to work, what are you talking about, Coops? Just turn on a video game and start recording and start playing. You can't motivate yourself to do anything. I don't really know how to explain it unless you've kind of maybe been here a little bit. It's just like you can't sit down and do it. You sit down and just get distracted by everything, or you sit down and you just don't feel up to it. It really sucks. And, for a while now, I've known I can't do YouTube. YouTube suffered a lot of times through these, recently, the last year or two, the advertising issues and just the way it's changed and everything. And YouTube is not a viable platform for me anymore to make money. When I started, I did it as a hobby for fun. And then a year or two later, I guess it was about 2 years later, it got profitable enough. Now, I was working a part-time job at a restaurant at the time, but it got profitable enough for me to quit the restaurant job and do YouTube for the last several years, I guess. But realistically, for the last year to 2 years, it really hasn't been financially viable. I've been kind of living off savings, and unfortunately, those are practically run out, and I'm going into debt. Now, I'm not trying to make a pity party, and I don't want anyone feeling like they owe me. I don't want any of that from you guys. I don't want that. I appreciate the sentiment, but it's just not working, right? And so I need to move on. And I've looked at other options. I've looked at, more Twitch. I've looked at Patreon. But there's things I haven't felt comfortable with doing, so I didn't want to do those. I want to move on in my life. I want to get another job. I still want to do stuff online. I still want to hang out with you guys because I miss it and I like it. But I've just been gone for so long due to this mental, haziness. You just feel awful. And because of that, I feel like I haven't been able to really find a job. I had several offers at the start, and some of those didn't work out, and ultimately I never accepted anything, and I just have not been doing that well. I don't really know how else to say it. And like I said, I'm not trying to make you guys feel sorry for me. I'm just trying to be honest with what's been going on. I should be able to sit down, record some videos, say hi to everyone, but I haven't been able to even feel myself to be upbeat, to be happy, to do this stuff. And I've been delaying projects, and there's things I need to Photoshop, a million things I need to edit, and I just can't sit down and do it. And that's been my life for the last 6 months or so, maybe longer. I don't even know. I can't tell you, oh, this is what happened to make it start. It's just, I just feel like I've been blah for months now. And if I've ever been that guy that told someone to, chin up and feel better when they're depressed, I'm sorry. That you mean well when people say things like that, but it's not that it doesn't help. It just doesn't matter. Your family can tell you, your friends can tell you, hey, you got to, just sit down and do your stuff. But it doesn't matter, and that's the worst part. I mean, I haven't even talked with everyone about this because it's not embarrassing. It's just rough, I expect more from myself. Like, I think I'm a pretty good kid, and I just expect more out of myself. And to not be producing anything and to not be making something of myself just feels terrible. And if any of you guys are going through this, I'm there with you. Just even a little bit. Like I said, I have no real reason to feel depressed or to be depressed. There's nothing in my life that's like, oh man, yeah, money's tough, but that's the same for like everyone, like that's not really a reason, but I just can't explain why it is. Maybe I've just been too sheltered my whole life. But it's got me just like your stomach hurts, you can't sleep, you always feel drowsy all day. It's just rough. I'm sorry to talk over and over about it, but I just feel so frustrated with everything. And today I woke up and I said, before I lose the guts to do this, I want to sit down and make this video and record it straight out and just tell you guys what's been going on, because it's in December now and there hasn't been really anything for a while. The last couple of videos on KoopaKungFu have been stuff that were done years ago with the other guys, not me, It's just like, I haven't been a part of KoopaKungFu in months now, almost like probably half a year. I really haven't done anything. And that's on me. And I know you guys will say, oh, take your time, Koops, make sure you feel better. But I want to be there with you guys. I want to do stuff. And it just kills me on the inside not to do any of these things. My plan's been the same for a while now. It's been pretty straightforward. Send out this resume, apply to things. I started looking in, I wanted to be in the video game industry because I like this stuff. I'm up to date with it. I follow the news. I don't even play that many games, but I like everyone involved with it. I like the producers, the directors. I like the fans. I go to the cons, or I've been going to the cons recently. I haven't, but I like that stuff. And I realized that I don't really have a lot of applicable skills. I got a finance degree in school, which is pretty good. But since then, I've done only YouTube, and I've really struggled to say like, hey, I can do stuff, but it hasn't really worked out. Nintendo's not looking to hire me. These companies aren't looking to hire me, and so I'm trying to open my eyes a little bit more and look for different things. And so my goal is still to find a different job, do that, whatever, Monday through Friday, whatever the days are. And I still really do want to be involved in the online community. It's not like I want to quit and go away. Realistically, I don't know. I mean, what does this mean for YouTube? I'm not really sure, honestly. It's a lot of work to make a YouTube video, and even though my videos are probably some of the easiest stuff to make, I mean, I'm just being realistic with you guys. You sit down, record, minimal editing, and then you upload. Like, anyone can really realistically do that. It's not that hard. I don't do heavy edits or crazy videos or a lot of funny stuff, so like, my stuff's pretty easy, but it still takes a while to do all of that. Like, it still takes a long time. I'm not really sure. I know a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of content creators, even ones that we all know and love, have kind of switched over to Twitch. It's just easier to stream a game and maybe make some highlights and put them on YouTube, or maybe not even bother with YouTube anymore. So I'm not really sure. I mean, I honestly haven't been able to really think about it because I don't have a solid job and a solid income. right now I'm just stressing with a big knot in my stomach over finances, and I'm not getting anything really accomplished. And so that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. I'm actually back at home. If you guys can tell from the background here, I took a break from DC for a little bit. I just needed to be home and try to mentally clear my head or something. I'm not there yet. It hasn't fully helped, but hopefully soon I can shake my head of the cobwebs and get better. But I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure where this puts me on YouTube, because the amount of effort to make these videos, like I said, isn't very high, but it does take time. And YouTube, just while it's been my source of income for years now, it doesn't pay very well anymore. And to reestablish the amount of money I would need to live, I would just somehow need to become way more popular than I am. And I'm not saying this to be rude to you guys or anyone who's struggling to try and make it on YouTube, because clearly it looks like I've made it. It looks like I'm successful, and I am in certain rights. But I just want to be realistic with the market and how it is and the money that comes in. If any of you guys are doing a minimum wage job anywhere, you're making more money than me. That's just straight up the truth. That's just how it is, And so I obviously I haven't put out content in a while, so that that's partly to blame, but that's where it is, and I can't live on that. Working at McDonald's would pay me way more than doing YouTube, and that's where it's at. And so I don't really know where I go from here. Obviously, if I could get a real job, then money doesn't really become an issue. I don't have to look at YouTube as a job anymore. At that point, though, I'm not really sure what I want to do. I feel like I actually liked streaming. I got a little nervous streaming. I don't think my content is as good. It's not like a YouTube where you sit down, record an episode, and you're really into it, and then you take a break, get some water, maybe stop recording for the day, maybe record another episode, but you take it pretty easy. Where streaming is more of just, you're casually hanging out with people. It's a different environment. You're not 100% focused on making the funniest or the best content, most funny. Sorry, that's not really a word. Most funny content. You're just enjoying hanging out with people. And I like that aspect, but I do realize that when you go back and look at old YouTube series that we've done, there is a real pristine joy about some of the things we've done that are because it is YouTube specific and not Twitch. I understand Twitch highlights. I watch a lot of Twitch. I'm there all the time. I know the memes. I know the emotes. I'm there. So I get the fan base and stuff, but I also totally understand the YouTube. Personally, I don't watch Let's Plays on YouTube. I've never been a fan, but I do watch a lot of YouTube content from other creators, and there really is something nice about a polished product that you can just sit down and watch whenever you want. You can start it and stop it. Twitch, especially with Let's Playing games, there's no way you're there for the full time, right? And there's definitely no way you're there every day when that person streams. So you're undoubtedly going to miss parts of it. And if that person then just kind of uploads the highlights or doesn't upload anything, you've missed it. And that's okay. There's billions of hours of content every day, and you're going to miss things. But if you're really enjoying that Let's Play or that game with that person, you kind of want to see it all. And then I also realized seeing it all on Twitch is different. The person gets interrupted by donations and subs, and they're talking to the chat, and that's all good, but that's different from a YouTube where you're totally focused on the game. So I understand both sides. I liked streaming. I liked hanging out with the people. I felt I made some pretty good friends just streaming and talking to you guys. But on the other hand, I do understand where some of the games I played feel better as a YouTube where I can just sit down and do them. Realistically, I feel like I'm not actually that much of a gamer. I don't really sit down and play games all that often. So maybe this isn't my calling, but I've always enjoyed doing it. I've always enjoyed making the videos for you guys. I really am sorry. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, I just feel awful about it all. And I know what I think I need to do to get over it. I need to get that stability in my life. I need to get financial assurance. And then with that not gone from my stomach and, money flowing in and I'm back to saving and I'm not in the red every month, maybe at that point I'd be able to sit down and say, whoa, let's do a stream or let's record a YouTube video or something like that. But as it is, it's just been I just can't do anything. And because of that, I've just been so stuck in my own head, and I haven't done anything. Like, realistically, I haven't done anything. And like I said, I just want to explain it all. And I know I've talked about it over and over and over, so I'm going to end this video now. But I just wanted to say thanks, guys, for listening to me. Thanks for all you that stick around. Don't expect that out of anyone. You know, there's no reason to really follow me. But for those of you that do, I mean, thank you so much. And if you guys are coming back to see this video, see what's going on with Koops, thanks so much for coming back and saying hi. I really appreciate that too. And I hope I can sit down and give you guys some content again soon. You know, one last thing I want to say. People have told me, you know, they send me emails and stuff. And like I said, I'm really sorry I haven't responded to anything or done anything or been on Discord. It's just, sorry. People send me emails saying, you know, hey, Koops, I remember watching you in middle school or elementary school, and now I'm in high school or college or whatever. You know, like, I remember watching you, and I wanted to thank you for some laughs and stuff back in the day. You know, like, I'm nostalgic to some people, and that feels weird, but I understand that. You know, there's a lot of content creators that I watched when I was way younger, and they're either still going and they've stopped going, but like, that's still nostalgic to me. And so I understand that, and it's humbling. It's just really humbling to hear such amazing praise like that, you know, that I impacted someone positively. And I want to do that again for more people. So, like I'm saying is, I'm not giving up on online stuff, but I realize I haven't made a video. I haven't talked about anything in a long time, and I'm sorry about that. I'm trying my best to get healthy again, guys. And if there's anything I can do for any of you, you know, please let me know. I do check Twitter all the time, so at least I'm there somewhat online and alive. If I can help you out, let me know. If you're suffering, you know, I hope it goes better for you as well. Good luck to all you guys. Thanks so much for watching this video. Thanks for being part of the Koopa Troop. I love you all. Have a good day. Have a great December. Have happy holidays, and I'll see you guys later. Love and peace.